everybody, it is Julie from Pages and Pens, and today I am here with a tag video. I was tagged by Maddie from the Book Pusher in the spooky Would You Rather, and the spookiest I get is Tinkerbell as a witch. Not gonna lie. But we're going to answer these Would You Rathers. I'm gonna try to do it in a timely fashion. Let's jump into it and see what I would rather. Shall we? The first one is thrillers or supernaturals, and I'm definitely going to go for supernaturals. I will read about fae and witches and vampires and werewolves, all of that stuff, long before I go for a stab you up thriller. I can't do that, guys. You know that. I'm a big baby. The next one is ghosts or zombies, and I'm gonna go with ghosts. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with ghosts. I have read a couple of different zombie books and I do like The Walking Dead, but in general, I'm more intrigued by ghosts. But the thing is that I've had some like ghosty interactions in my life, so I know that ghosts are a real thing. So sometimes reading ghost stories can literally turn into like nightmares and just waking, whereas zombies I don't fear in that way, in like a realistic way, where ghosts, I've had enough interaction with them that I'm like, got it. No, you're there. It's a weird line I walk there, but I'm still gonna go with ghosts. Number 3 is going to be vampires or werewolves, and I'm always gonna go vampire. I am obsessed with vampires. I mean, I feel like most people, your first experience with Anne Rice and her Vampire Chronicles stories are when you're young, like probably younger than I should have been. I fell in love with vampires. Not the sparkly vampires. Like, I like that they're dark and dangerous and like brooding. I like everything about them. So I'm gonna stick with vampires. I love the psychology and the thought processes that go into any kind of were-animal culture and the way that they relate and their like pack structure. I'm intrigued by all of that, but it's so rarely done right. Like, it can go so wrong. Number 4 is witches or demons, and I'm gonna go with witches. I'm always gonna go with witches. Demons are terrifying and witches are the bomb. I mean, you guys know how obsessed I am with Rachel Morgan from the Hollow series. I'm writing a book about witches. I love reading books about witches. I love shows with witches, so I'm gonna go with witches. Number 5, I'm gonna look down to read it or else I'm gonna get this wrong. Would you rather read a book with 13 chapters or read a book with a black cat on the cover? I am not superstitious enough for either one of those things to bother me. I'm gonna say with a black cat on the cover just because I love black cats. Like, I adore black cats, and I feel like I always heard that they were misunderstood and that they were always ending up at shelters, and I've always wanted a little black kitten with green eyes. I just think that they're so adorable. I'm also deathly allergic to cats, but I love them. His name would be Fox, and I want him. And then number 6, would I rather read a spooky book in the dark with only a candle for light, or would I rather be by myself in a locked, brightly lit room reading the same scary book? Dark room with a candle. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I think I mentioned it in one of my tag videos before, but I'm like a fan of the dark. I will frequently turn off all the lights and just sit in the dark, or turn off all my lights and just, I used to have like those fairy lights around my room and just leave those on. The dark doesn't scare me. My imagination terrifies me, but the dark doesn't inherently scare me. I don't think I would want to be locked in anywhere and terrified at the same time. And then number 7, would you rather face your worst fears or be trapped in the mind of a killer? Like forever? Or just once? Like just for a little bit? Realistically, my worst fears are losing loved ones. But like, in terms of immediately causing me to panic and want to vomit, it's being forced to like jump off of high things. I don't want to go skydiving. I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to do any of that. A part of that is just being a big girl and not wanting to trust a rubber cord. But also, I don't think I could step off of that. I'm also terrified of spiders, petrified, although intrigued by sharks. Or like parasailing, fuck that. Parasailing, one of my biggest fears, and people always are like, oh, let's go parasailing. We're on vacation, let's go parasailing. No, because you're gonna go parasailing off the back of that boat, and in my head, I know I'm gonna look down at the water, and I'm gonna see the silhouette of a shark. There's gonna be a shark down there, and then they're gonna bring you down and joke around with you and dip your toes in the water, and I will lose it. I'll lose it. And then when you're coming back in, like, I don't trust them to get me on the boat. What if they drop you in the water? Like, I can't. Just thinking about that is gonna give me lip sweat. I panic. Whereas and hear me out, me with like my psychology driven mind, I think it would be really interesting to be inside the mind of a killer. Find that intriguing. I loved seeing what Joe was thinking in You by Carolyn Kepnes. I enjoyed seeing what Deanna is thinking in The Girl in 6E. I'm intrigued by that, and I would love to know how their inner brain works and how their thought processes go. So I would be in the mind of a killer because I'm not parasailing into sharks. I can't do it. That was a tangent, I'm sorry. Would I rather watch a scary movie or read a scary book? Whoa, no. I would rather read a scary book than watch a scary movie. I definitely visualize things when I'm reading, but at the pace that I'm reading at now, I visualize a little bit less when I'm reading. The visual images of a movie will stay with me forever. Reading, sometimes I can disassociate from a little bit more. Number 9 is, would I rather read spooky books during the fall time or all year round? I don't really enjoy spooky books, so if I'm going to do it, it's going to be seasonal. I'm more prone to reading them in the fall when everybody's like excited to be reading them and the spirit's kind of there, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to be left out. I'll read the spooky books. I'll do it, I guess. And then number 10, would I rather read 10 spooky books all in October or read 10 spooky books throughout the entire year? And I would rather read them all in October, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. I'd rather have them over and done with, and then I can distract myself with other books and forget about them and not be like traumatized all year round. That is all of the tags, and Maddie legitimately tagged so many people. Who did she not tag? So I don't see Jay from the Awkward Bookworm. I don't see her tagged. I don't see Dylan from Dylan the Reader 5 tagged. I will tag both of them. And if you want to do this, then go ahead and do it too, because it's a lot of fun. That's been my Would You Rather. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.